Alright, today is August 10th. I haven't done an update for the garden in a while. It's kind of just been really hot and we're in a drought, and so I've kind of let some of my plants go, but we're keeping the vegetables alive and they're doing really good. So here's this bed. We've still got some really pretty flowers blooming, but a lot of it has become really weed dominated. Mallow. In fact, the weeds are kind of taking over, and so I'm considering getting rid of all of this next year and purposely planting some perennials that are drought tolerant, that I know will last throughout the entire year to combat the weeds. So the bike is still doing pretty good. This back one's not doing as good. It kind of fell off the other day, and then this guy's not doing as good as I hoped, maybe just because it's too hot and dry. Over here we're starting to get a lot of tomatoes, but I keep having issues with them. I've lost a couple of them to blossom end rot, and then the other issue, there's that blossom end rot. Then the other issue I'm having is that they are splitting, like so. And honestly, this is just most likely due to inconsistent watering, me not keeping them well watered and then giving them a deep watering can cause the fruit to take on water too fast and split open, and so I think that's the issue, and I just kind of need to be better at that. But it seems like not all of them are getting blossom end rot. There's only a couple that have it, so you win some, you lose some. We're working it out. This bell pepper is really taken off. I kind of rearranged these because these plants were getting too big for the way that they were arranged before. So this is one of the bell peppers, and it actually has this really gorgeous big pepper on here. Look at that. Wow. I'm very excited to see what happens with that one. I also think I thought that it was producing more, but now I'm not seeing any other fruit on here, so it might not be. We did get a little bit of a cool period with a lot of rain last week, so maybe that kind of helped. But you know, we are still getting some blooms, and I guess it's just a matter of if they will take. That one looks like it could have, maybe. Next back here we have our jalapeno plant. You can barely see them because they kind of blend in, but it's got, oh god, did I just touch? It's got tons of jalapenos on it. You see all those little ones, this one, and if you really look in there, you can see we've got tons of big ones in there. So they're looking good. I don't really know how you know when these are ready to harvest, so it's something I'll have to look up. But you can see we've got tons of them all over the top here. Like, this thing is just gonna go crazy. Let me see if I can turn this a little bit. There's a good view of all of them. So I'm excited about that. It's doing pretty good, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Our banana peppers are still popping off. I've harvested most of the stuff from the bottom, and we're actually gonna pickle some tonight, but you can see there's so many of them. I almost wonder if I need to harvest some more of these before I pickle them, because these are pretty big. So that one is still doing great. Here's our other bell pepper plant. This one had a couple of fruits on it that I actually picked off because they were also getting blossom end rot. But you can see we've got one right back here. It looks good so far. And we've actually got a little baby one in here. There you go, you can see them right there. And oh, we've got a ton coming in, guys. This is gonna be really fun. So I'm just gotta make sure I'm consistently watering these. And then I also now have a blossom end rot spray, which is like a calcium foliage spray, just in case I start to see it happen so I can stop it. Next we have this enormous pepper plant. I don't know why it's so freaking big. Like, this thing is gone crazy and it wasn't producing at all. But I got back from vacation this week and JT informed me that it is producing a ton. And so if you look right here, you can see so many of them. They're literally everywhere. So that's very exciting. We're gonna be getting so many peppers off of this. Like, I swear everywhere you look, there's, you know, right there, right there, right there, everywhere up top. Like, there are so many. There is one on here that's kind of hanging. You can see, like, here's some bigger ones. Yeah. So I'm very excited to see. I don't know how these taste. GT's boss says they make a really good salsa. So we're gonna have so many, and I look forward to seeing how these all turn out. But it's crazy. They are literally all over this plant. We're gonna have so many peppers. So that's exciting. And then lastly, our loofah plant. I don't think it's produced any more fruits except 2, which I have documented before, but they are literally enormous. Just to kind of give you size aspect. We've got another enormous one right back there. So crazy. And I don't think there's any more fruits that have been produced, like I said, but that's okay. 2 is still a success. So there's the vegetables. They're still holding up pretty good. We're having to water every day though. I didn't water them yesterday, and you can see they look a little bit stressed out. Everything's looking kind of okay. It's just hot, and some things are really struggling there for a sec, so I kind of want to put something new in this next year. The irises are getting decimated by grasshoppers. This basket is like doing surprisingly well. I don't know why. I've actually stopped watering these by hand, so if they die, they die. This is somehow still alive. My beautiful hosta is in bloom. I split this guy to give some to someone, and now it just kind of looks sad, but that's fine. And then I put half of it over here because I just wanted to see, and now like everything looks kind of ugly, but it's okay. We can look into that next year. I kind of want to put a bleeding heart in here somewhere. This plant comes back every year on its own. I believe it's ground cherries, and it is like a freaking weed, and I just have to constantly be pulling it or else it gets enormous. These really like it right here for some reason. And then this pot, I'm just kind of letting, if it dries out and dies, it dries out and dies, and I'm not gonna do anything to save it. I already threw away the old pot next to it. So that's the garden on August 10th, 2021.